And even though Bob is a disaster all over this film, it actually enhances the film for me in a comedic value.
Oh, yeah.
When you first hear his overdubbed voice, I seriously fucking laughed. This is probably my third time seeing it. I seriously had to pause it. When I was walking to the kitchen, I was laughing the whole time. How bad, how fucking terrible his fucking voice is in this movie. It is not necessarily a zombie film. We talked about it's a zombie slasher. There's only one zombie. Yeah. Typical camera work in a Fulci film. The unnecessary zoom to the eyeballs. A lot of that.
Well, yeah, lots of tight facial shots. And
the Freudenstein zombie looked pretty lame, I guess.
They totally aped the look of that zombie in that Zombie Holocaust Dr. Butcher MD movie.
I didn't see that.
If you like, pretty much every zombie in that movie looks a lot like Dr. Freudenstein.
I'm gonna give it an 8. Yeah. I think I gave City of the Living Dead an 8 also. So, and they're also released the same time, same year. Not necessarily same time, but this is the third and last Gates of Hell movie, and I gave it an 8. That's enough. That's all I have to say.
I really love pretty much everything about House by the Cemetery. The score is fantastic. No one's even talked about the score.
No, we didn't even talk about the score. You mean this score?
No, the score of the film by Walter Rosati.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. You're still.
I put it in.
It's co-written by Dardano Sarcetti, who co-wrote Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Cat o' Nine Tails, Inferno, Demons 1 and 2, Bay of Blood, Shock, Zombie, City of the Living Dead, House by the Cemetery, The Beyond, The Last Hunter, Cannibal Apocalypse, Cut and Run, A Blade in the Dark, Manhattan Baby, New York River. The dude wrote for Bava, both Babas.
Yeah, Lamberto.
He wrote for Argento, he wrote for Fulci, Lindsay, Diodato, Massey, Margheriti, Martino. There's a reason that this movie is as great as it is, and it's, Lucio Fulci was a good writer, and Dardano Sarcetti is one of the better writers of this cycle of Italian film. Like you said, Bob doesn't detract from the quality of the film.
I think he enhances it.
A tad, yeah. I feel like I gave City of the Living Dead
You gave it a 9.
9 or 9.5.
I think you gave it a 9.
I feel comfortable giving House by the Cemetery, and yeah, it's a solid 8. It's not even like a hesitative 8. Hesitative 8. Yeah, 8.
It's not as bad as when I read continuity and I said it was continuity. Which I know the word, I just never read it, I don't think. Scott?
Yep, I really like this film. This was a first time watch for me.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice.
And I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's definitely the least favorite of the trilogy.
Huh.
I still like The Beyond and City of the Living Dead. City of the Living Dead I would give a 9. The Beyond I'd give about an 8.5.
Same as Randy.
Yep.
That's right. Randall is...
Yep, all in all, just a good story. I was hooked from the beginning. Bob, once again, doesn't detract. It just made it that much more entertaining, and it felt like a true Italian film when you had someone overdubbing with a terrible voice acting.
I have to find this Bob on Facebook to see what he looks like now. That's my goal for the rest of the day. I bet he's ugly as fuck still.
And yeah, the effects in it were really good. I love the look of Freudenstein. Unique take on a zombie. Looked almost kind of like a demonic style zombie.
Yeah, no distinct facial features whatsoever on his face.
Yeah, because he kind of looks like a melted candle almost.
Yeah,
that's why it kind of reminds me of Mortician's Wax, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. All in all, the story and everything was really good, but I'd give it an 8.
An 8, and an 8.
Yep, 8's all around.
There we go. So you have to watch it now. And that was House by the Cemetery. On to our next film. Our next film is The Dead Next Door, 1988 or 89, whichever you want to go by, DVD or IMDb. Filmed by
J.R. Bookwalter, which I have to say, thank you, sir, for following us on Instagram and Twitter.
That's
Sucking
awesome.
his dick already.
He's sucking his dick.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Special makeup effects by David P. Barton
And Bill
and
Morrison.
Bill Morrison. Music was by J.R. Bookwalter. And the executive producer was credited as Master Cylinder, who is Sam Raimi.
Raimi.
Master Cylinder.
Who also funded this movie out of his own pocket.
Yep, after the Evil Dead 2.
I don't know if he funded the whole thing, he just contributed.
Yep, and then you'll recognize throughout this movie that, hey, that guy sounds like Bruce Campbell. Well, there's a reason for that. His voice has been dubbed over for the character of Raimi and Carpenter.
Which I was wondering, well, the guy who played Raimi, wouldn't he be a little bit offended? What's wrong with his voice? What's wrong with my voice?
Maybe they just wanted to do it for fun.
Yeah, I think they just did it for funsies. Cause,
I hope he went along with
I mean,
it.
the dubbing and like the lip syncing is like
Yeah,
spot on.
yeah, it's spot on.
So, I mean, obviously it was intentional.
Yep, this is basically a movie about that starts off with the zombie apocalypse that spans a couple of months. And yeah, like they have a zombie squad that's like trying to clear out areas and houses. And they have to deal with what seems to be in a cult of some sort with a Jim Jones lookalike.
Yeah, and his name is
Jim Jones. Or
I don't know.
Jones.
It's Jones.
Jones.
Yeah, Reverend Jones.
Reverend Jones.
But yeah, it starts off in Akron, Ohio. The spring of the present is what it said.
The home of LeBron James.
You see father and daughter that board up their house, and they're trying to hide out from these thugs who are trying to break in.
Fucking townies.
But then, as they're trying to break in, zombies end up attacking them. Before the family gets eaten alive, or at least what you assume, the family gets eaten alive, father says, "What have I done?" So it's kind of led to believe he was the one that accidentally created the virus. Credits roll as a zombie apocalypse starts.
In a video store.
Yep, in a video store of all places.
Did you see what movies the zombie was renting?
Yes.
Dawn of the Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil Dead, and Creepshow.
I didn't notice that, but that's awesome, actually. Then you hear over the radio, I had to put a note for this, but it says, "We're sorry, but Jefferson's and Sanford and Son won't be showing
Yeah.
tonight." And I was like, oh, that makes me sad. The world won't get to see the rest of the Jeffersons and Sanford and Son shows. It spans a couple months, and then you see a car labeled Zombie Squad pull up to what looks to be the house that the beginning of the movie showed to exterminate the zombies. Lots of cool effects. There's a really cool zombie beheading where its hands kind of pop up.
I like that zombie, and I was kind of upset that he got off to like right when he got on screen. He was a
I
creepy.
like that he was eating a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was
And that
cool.
zombie, though, like later on in the movie, you'll see that
Yeah,
exact
you've seen
same
the-
zombie
yep.
makeup again.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I was
Headshot.
wrong.
The
He made-
headshot decapitation.
Yep.
Yep, and then,
The zombie in the closet.
yep,
The
they
grenade.
yep. Yep, they clear out the room, and the one guy starts freaking out because the severed head zombie's still moving, and he just seems to be getting worn down from doing this over and over and over again. And I forget why, but he goes to reach downward near the zombie head.
For his gun or something.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he practically sticks his fingers in the
Right
thing's
in the
fucking
zombie's
mouth.
The severed head
Is
bites
this my
off.
gun in here?
Yep, the zombie head bites off his fingers.
I love how it like swallows his finger out its
You
neck
see
hole.
but you see the fingers coming out the neck hole of the zombie.
it's
That was
pretty great.
awesome.
They request to be that they leave him behind, the bin guy.
Yep, and they go outside to get back in their car after they leave him behind. And one of the characters, Mercer, you see, I think he was kind of scouting or something like that. And he starts getting chased by zombies, so he starts heading back towards the rest of the squad.
Again with the grenade, he like hits the one zombie with a grenade, and they all come over the hill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's when they start
Horde
swarming
of
him.
zombies.
And they all jump in the car and head back to what I would assume is their headquarters.
I like all the shots in DC of like the zombies outside the fucking White House on
Yeah.
the fence and shit. Like I can't imagine.
Yeah. How did they get everyone,
I really doubt they
all the
got any.
pedestrians and everyone just to clear out? They must have had I don't know.
I can't imagine that they got permits to do that. I think that they did that guerrilla and just got really lucky.
Either that or they just went to everyone that was in the shot and be like, "Hey, we're filming this. Can you please just move for like 5 minutes?"
Well, they get shots of like at the White House, at the Washington Monument. They get some pretty at the reflecting pool and shit.
Yeah.
They get some quality empty scenery shots with just zombies,
Which would be done CGI today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
Almost certainly.
Because there's no such thing as guerrilla
Green
filmmaking
screen.
nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get back to the headquarters, and there are a ton of protesters outside that want zombies to be protected,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
This movie has a lot of pretty original and I don't know, before their time ideas. Like the post-apocalyptic religious cult was a pretty. The only movie I can think of from the era that has anything like that is that DEFCON 4 movie. I don't know if you've ever seen
No, I
it.
never
I've
saw
never
that.
seen that either.
It's about astronauts who, like, the world ends while they're in orbit and they come back and try to survive, and there's like a religious cult that they have to.
Yep, they kind of push past the protesters and get inside, and you meet Dr. Madsen and Savini, which
fucking
you'll
asshole
notice
in the
there's a
hat.
lot of nods to horror movie directors throughout
Carpenter.
this whole thing.
Yeah.
The main character is Raimi.
There's a Romero and something else.
Yeah, they
later
say
on.
King and Carpenter
Yeah,
are
King.
missing.
Yep, King and Romero are. I forget what they are. But they're in
Gay together.
Yeah, lots of zombies are being experimented on in this scene, and you get like this weird but awesome looking split face zombie, and you get
The
to
Day
meet
of the Dead scene.
Yep. And then you get to meet Vox, the talking zombie, who has like a voice box on his
Bub.
throat.
Their bub character.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah, it's they're retrieving zombies from the zombie squad wagon,
oh yep.
and the one
Mercer gets
bit in
bit.
the throat.
Or no, yeah, that's not that scene yet. But yeah, they're trying to wrangle up the zombies, and yeah, that one gets bit in the throat, and they have to kind of corral them all back together.
It's where they start talking about the serum again, and this is where Mercer gets bitten
Oh, okay.
as well, I believe. And then the zombies.
Yeah, because
attack
he's trying to talk about finding the cure,
Yeah.
and then that's when he gets bit.
and then the zombies attack the protesters.
Yep, which I thought that was an awesome scene, and they kind of laughed at that. Then Raby and the squad go back to
Back to Akron,
Yep, back to Akron, where the virus began, and they break into the house
where it
the
all
house the zombies
started,
attacked, and they see a young man run to them and join the group, because I think he wasn't getting chased by zombies as well.
Yeah, he's like a.
He's one.
He's
You
a
find out
mole.
he's one of them.
Yeah, he's a mole from the fucking religious cult.
Yep, and Raimi finds the corpse of Dr. Bo, the guy from the beginning of the movie,
Yeah.
and he finds Anna's diary, and that's when you get introduced to Commander Carpenter, who is like spying on them from a distance.
Who
away
was
with
also
binoculars.
voiced by Bruce Campbell.
Yep.
Huh.
Then that strange kid, after they kind of clear out some of the zombies, they head back outside, and he attacks a member of the squad.
The machete chop.
Yep. And like he starts attacking them when he hears they found the documents for the cure, because he wants to try stealing the cure. Carpenter picks up, which you find out later that stranger's name is Vincent, because he starts running away and like he gets attacked or shot or something, I believe. He's
Yeah.
wounded.
They shoot him.
And Carpenter comes.
But he
pulls up.
escapes, because the carpenter dude picks him up in his car.
And they go back to the compound to run back to Reverend Jones, who is basically the Jim Jones of the story, who's running this cult.
And Raimi and Mercer follow him.
And as they're following him, they run into some zombies with dog collar and makeshift muzzles put on them, which I'm assuming came from the cult.
Yeah, that's when you get to the cult headquarters and find everybody feeding the zombies that are caged up or whatever.
Yep, and Raimi spies the cult sacrificing a woman.
Yeah. This is when you meet the Reverend Jones for the first time, and Vincent dies.
Yep, and that's when you see.
That's when the cult sacrifice happens, and
then they feed
then
Vincent's body to the
they
zombies.
feed Vincent to the zombies.
And then this is where the scene of the one zombie from earlier shows back up again. I'm just assuming reused effect. And
We
then,
meet the Reverend Jones's pet zombie, Jason or whatever.
yep, which I think later you find out is his son.
Yeah, I think so.
And then, but Anne doesn't. But you end up running into
But
Anna,
that's,
the daughter.
that's kind of